Ever wonder why your bank account is always on a diet while others seem to have a secret Cayman account? The problem isn't the universe conspiring against you, it might just be you. You could be feeding invisible enemies of your wealth, those financial habits that seem harmless but sabotage your prosperity every single day. And yes, today is the day we declare war on these parasites. Welcome to the world of Duchess dollars, where glamour meets practicality, and poverty is a choice. Not mine, of course. I, who've turned my life into a mix of Wall Street and Hollywood, am here to give you that little push, not to the checkout line of a fast fashion store. I'm here to tell you what might be dulling the sparkle of your financial future, and I promise, there'll be no room left for excuses or overdue bills. You know that cliché movie line, love builds everything? Nonsense. Money is what builds everything. And if you don't take care of it, it'll run faster than you'd flee from a man who insists on splitting the dinner bill. Oh, and I've pinned a few links to rich people products in the first comment so you can start setting the tone. Because nothing says, I'm a successful woman like investing in the right look to seal the right deals. Now, pay attention, because within these golden walls, surrounded by finance books and crystal glasses, one truth shines brighter than my diamond necklaces. The first step to being rich is to stop being your own enemy. Want to find out if you're feeding these self-sabotaging habits? Stick with me, because every habit you eliminate is a step closer to your financial empire. Subscribe to the channel, darling. We don't want you losing touch with me or my teachings, because the only thing worse than poverty is a lack of information. First habit, treating your overdraft limit as an inheritance. Believe it or not, some people treat their overdraft limit like it's a financial bonus. Oh, honey. Thinking that extra money in your bank app is part of your paycheck is like thinking eating a cupcake at the gym cancels out your spin class. Let's make one thing clear. Overdraft is the VIP card to the bankruptcy club. And no, you don't want to be an honorary member. Data from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau shows that Americans pay, on average, over $1,000 a year just in overdraft fees. That's like financing a Hermes bag, without the bag. The overdraft feels as inviting as bottomless mimosas at brunch. Easy to enter, but a disaster to leave. So resist the temptation to use this convenience as an extension of your wallet. Overdraft is like that ex who only calls when they need something. It seems convenient at first, but in the end, you just lose time and dignity. Want a Duchess tip? Set limits on your card like you do on indulgences. After all, a Jimmy Choo splurge might be a luxury, but 20% monthly interest is the real excess. Second habit, trading what you have for what looks better. The grass might seem greener on the other side, but maybe that's because your neighbor's spending half their paycheck on fertilizer, and the other half financing a lawnmower they barely know how to use. It's amazing how, in the age of Instagram, keeping up has become an Olympic sport. You bought your first designer bag, but then an influencer shows off a closet bigger than your living room, and suddenly, your proud purchase feels like a punchline for your self-esteem. But listen up, luxury is in the eye of the appreciator. Gratitude for personal achievements boosts financial satisfaction, proving that the secret to living rich starts with feeling rich. Admire the jet others have. I do, while waiting for mine to refuel in Aspen. But don't trade the joy of achieving something for the longing to have what isn't yours. True luxury is waking up without impulsive shopping bills staring at you. And if you're still not satisfied with your accomplishments, invest in a crystal glass. Everything feels fancier when sipped from a fine cup. Third habit, financing others' dreams while yours stay in the red. Have you ever seen someone mortgage their sanity and bank account to fund a dream that wasn't even theirs? It's like wearing high heels to impress someone and ending up with blisters. A friend once told me she took out a loan to throw her daughter a first birthday party. Yes, a 1-year-old. The baby didn't even know the difference between a Barbie and a pack of diapers. But there she was, with custom balloons and a buffet straight out of the Met Gala. I asked if it was her dream, and her answer? No, but the family expected it. Here's the problem. The need to please others traps you in a golden cage. Or more realistically, a cage of bills. Federal Reserve data shows that 35% of Americans' debts come from unnecessary personal expenses. Meeting other people's expectations is costly, not just financially. Sure, you can pay for the party, but shelving your dreams comes at an emotional price. My advice? Prioritize your own ambitions. And if someone complains that you didn't fund their circus, remind them that even clowns don't work for free. Fourth habit, turning payday into clearance day. Payday. The magical moment when you feel like Beyoncé at the Grammys. Money hits your account, confidence skyrockets, and the first thing you do? Park yourself at the mall with an invisible list of things I deserve. What happens next? You walk out with bags of scented candles, a sweater that looks like one you already own, and, of course, the infamous robot vacuum that doesn't even fit your house. It feels like a dream, but reality hits hard the next day when your bank statement looks emptier than a champagne glass after a Hamptons party. Here's the problem. The fleeting joy of "I can buy this" blinds you to the truth about "I can sustain this." Studies from the National Endowment for Financial Education reveal that 78% of American workers live paycheck to paycheck, partly because they turn payday into a consumer carnival. The solution? Treat payday like I treat my personal trainer, with discipline but without overindulgence. Want to splurge? Set clear limits, like one handbag a month, not one per day. Because true wealth isn't when you work for your money. It's when your money works for you, not the mall. Fifth habit, treating people who owe you like friends instead of a bank. Let's get one thing straight. Wearing Crocs on a first date is embarrassing. Not asking someone to pay back what they owe you isn't. You know how this story starts. You lend money with Mother Teresa's heart and the naivete of someone who thinks the borrower will pay on time. But then weeks turn into months, and your debtor is on Instagram sipping margaritas in Cancun while the payment they promised is nowhere to be seen. Audacity has a limit, but apparently they didn't get the memo. Here's the deal. Don't confuse elegance with passivity. Federal Reserve data shows that 13% of people take on debt to help friends or family, and most never see that money again. Remember, your bank account isn't a charity, and you don't need to tiptoe around asking for what's yours. A polite yet direct message does the job. If it doesn't, start charging interest. After all, even the simplest Hermes bag costs a fortune, and that luxury should come from your money, not a write-off. Sixth habit, treating your credit card like your personal assistant. The credit card. That modern magic wand turning any whim into buy now, pay later. It feels like Alfred to your financial Batman, but unlike the real Alfred, it's not here to save the day. Using your card as a financial organizer is like using a leaky bucket to carry water. It works until you realize you're drowning in debt. Here's the reality. 55% of Americans with credit cards carry an average balance of $5,733, according to Experian. What seems like a convenient tool is actually an elegant trap. You spend without seeing the damage, because, let's be honest, credit card statements don't have the charm of a Chanel bag in a store window. The solution? Treat your credit card like an expensive dessert. Use sparingly and only when absolutely necessary. Monitor your spending as obsessively as you check Instagram likes. Spending more than you earn is never chic, but financial control, that's haute couture. Seventh habit, turning financial problems into happy hour talk. Let's get real. Discussing your finances with someone who's also drowning in debt is like getting diet tips from someone in a McDonald's drive-thru. Sure, venting can be therapeutic, but therapy doesn't pay the bills, nor does it teach you to thrive. You need solutions, not a pity party. When you share your struggles with people who can't help, you reinforce a scarcity cycle. Studies show that being surrounded by friends with poor financial habits makes it harder to break free from debt. Instead of complaining to someone who will just nod and complain back, find mentors who've achieved what you aspire to. That could be a finance book, a course, or even following inspirational people. Like yours truly, of course. Learn from those who invest, not just in stocks, but in themselves. Because honestly, no one builds a castle by talking about how bad it is to live in a cabin. Treat your purchases like you treat your fashion decisions. Think twice before committing. If you can't pay now, chances are you won't be able to when the bill arrives. Plan your finances with the same attention you give to the details of a tailored dress, because nothing screams rich and visionary woman like smart money management. And yes, This includes walking away from that bag you think you deserve, but your budget clearly disagrees with. 8th habit, playing hide and seek with your credit card bill. The classic game of I'll deal with it when the statement closes. Poetic, isn't it? You spend now, push responsibility to the next month, and pretend your finances will magically sort themselves out, as if the next bill is a spiritual reset instead of an extension of impulsive spending. But, darling, advancing purchases just because the card reset is like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. The problem is still there, and it's sinking faster. Over 40% of Americans carry credit card debt because they don't plan their expenses. Waiting for the statement to close isn't planning. It's procrastination with interest. The solution? 9th habit, confusing wants with needs, planning with boredom, and shopping with therapy. Wanting everything right now is the financial equivalent of ordering a mojito at 10 a.m. It feels irresistible in the moment, but leaves you broke and regretful by the end of the day. This rush to fulfill instant desires is like wearing high heels on a hike, painful and unnecessary. And of course, this mindset often comes with another culprit, the lack of long-term vision. After all, why think about the future when you can buy that bag now, the one you'll forget at the back of your closet in 6 months? According to the American Psychological Association, 62% of Americans impulse shop to cope with emotions. That I deserve this at the checkout line isn't a victory. It's a self-sabotager with a price tag. The fix? Train your financial patience. Before buying, ask yourself, will this bring me joy next month? Or will it just become another reminder that I should have invested in something lasting like stocks or a Chanel bag? Planning, my dear, is as essential as a good diamond. Both shine over the long term and never go out of style. 10th habit, confusing discounts with opportunities. Sale. The magical word that makes your brain think you found buried treasure when, in reality, you're just buying a yellow blouse that'll gather dust in your closet. Let's be honest. If the price is low enough, even a useless item can seem irresistible. But the truth? You're not saving anything. You're just racking up debt while convincing yourself it's a deal. Promotions don't exist to benefit you. They exist to help the seller clear inventory and pad their profits. According to a Retail Me Not study, 80% of consumers spend more than planned when they see the word discount. The fix? That savings only works if the item was already on your priority list, and yellow blouses rarely make the cut, right? Before falling for the low price, ask yourself, would I pay full price for this? If the answer is no, darling, put it back and invest in something truly essential. Like a new Dior lipstick. 11th habit, turning the grocery store into a financial Neverland. Walking into the grocery store without a list is like stepping into a Chanel boutique without a credit limit. It's a recipe for chaos and regret. You go for bread and leave with artisan cheeses, 3 packs of gourmet snacks, and a scented candle strategically placed near the register. It feels like a win until you realize you forgot the milk and have to buy it at the local corner store for the price of a Broadway ticket. Impulse buys at grocery stores can increase your spending by up to 30%. A lack of planning turns your cart into a collection of unnecessary items. The fix? Think of grocery shopping like planning a fashion show. Only bring home items that fit your style, or in this case, your pantry. A list is as essential as mapping out your next trip to Dubai. It avoids surprises, controls spending, and keeps the glamour intact. Remember, true luxury lies in financial intelligence, not in snacks you didn't even know you wanted. 12th habit, turning your routine into a cycle of negativity and frivolity. The endless loop of tragedy-filled TV shows and scrolling through black holes of messaging apps. On one hand, you drown in bleak news that makes you think investing in stocks or a Hermes bag is pointless because the world is ending. On the other hand, you waste hours laughing at memes and gossip that neither pay your bills nor teach you anything useful. The result? A busy mind, but a bank account as empty as a fake designer purse. The average American spends more than 3 hours daily on social media, time that could be used learning about investments, planning a business, or, dare I say, meditating. The fix? Turn those wasted hours into moments of learning and action. Replace tragic reality shows with a solid finance book or a podcast on entrepreneurship. Because while you're distracted, other women are building empires. And let's be real, nothing shines brighter in the world of luxury than the wealth that comes from knowledge. 13th habit, treating your business like the family's branch office. Turning your business into a safe haven for problematic relatives is like using your Chanel bag to carry groceries, an expensive and completely unnecessary mistake. Hiring your nephew who thinks remote work means doing nothing from anywhere, or your cousin who confuses spreadsheets with makeup palettes, isn't just questionable charity. It's an invitation to financial ruin. According to the Harvard Business Review, 70% of family businesses face internal conflicts that negatively affect their bottom line. Mixing business with family drama is a guaranteed recipe for disaster, and you don't want to star in that episode. The fix? Offer emotional support or a loan with friendly interest rates, but leave business to the competent. Because, darling, a profitable company is like a Tiffany jewel. It requires care, brilliance, and people who know how to make it shine. 16th habit, repeatedly funding someone else's defaults. Lending money to someone who's already defaulted, an act of generosity or proof of financial amnesia? The answer, darling, is simple. If someone has dodged their commitment before, the chances of them doing it again are higher than finding a vintage Chanel bag for $50 at a thrift store. Yet here you are, playing interest-free banker again, as if trust and credit rules don't exist. What's worse? While you forgo your dream trip to Monaco or that stock investment that could triple in a few years, the borrower feels no guilt. Over 60% of people who lend money to friends or family never see it returned. Next time they ask, don't just say no. Say yes to your dreams and goals instead. Every dollar you invest in your future is a step closer to the financial empire that, let's face it, is far more glamorous than funding someone else's lunch. 17th habit, treating prices like tattoos, unchangeable. Paying full price without questioning is as bold as leaving the house without makeup. Doable, but highly questionable. If you think negotiating is for those who are counting pennies, think again. Even multimillionaires negotiate because they know every dollar saved is a step closer to their next luxury acquisition, whether it's a Malibu mansion or a yacht in Monaco. Here's the truth. Prices are a conversation, not a verdict. According to the Journal of Consumer Psychology, 78% of sellers are willing to offer discounts if asked. So, ask. If I pay in cash, is there a discount? Or, what can you do if I buy more than one? These questions not only save you money, but also position you as someone who values their dollars, and nothing is more chic than that. Negotiating today could mean an extra pair of Jimmy Choos in your closet tomorrow. And that, darling, is strategic luxury. 18th habit, eating poorly and paying a premium. The double financial mistake. Impulsive hunger and food delivery apps. A duo as tempting as a Gucci sale, but one that leaves a bigger hole in your budget than a Ritz dinner. When your fridge is empty, or worse, when you have no idea what's in it, the app becomes both your savior and your downfall. It's convenient, it's quick, but it's also a thief disguised as ease. Americans spend an average of $300 per month on delivery. Now do the math. In a year, that's enough for a new iPhone or a bag that screams, "I've arrived." What's more glamorous? Planning your meals and saving or blowing an annual salary on gourmet burgers that arrive cold? The fix? Plan like a true luxury strategist. Stock your pantry with versatile ingredients and prepare meals like you're hosting an exclusive event. The money you save on delivery can, and should, be invested in something that truly elevates your future. 19th habit, treating money like a museum piece, beautiful but static. Congratulations, you've saved. But here's the big question. What's the point of keeping your money in a savings account? Or worse, under your mattress, like it's a precious artifact? It's like owning a Chanel bag and never wearing it, a luxury completely wasted. Letting your money sit idle is allowing it to be devoured by something even crueler than a fake sale: inflation. According to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, The average savings account offers a mere 0.39% annual return, while inflation hovers around 3% in the US. That means every idle dollar is, in reality, shrinking. The fix? Invest, darling. Whether it's stocks, real estate funds, or even a basic finance course to learn market fundamentals. Because, let's face it, idle money doesn't build castles, nor does it fund a winter season in Aspen. Growing your wealth is essential for living in luxury, and let's be honest, living in luxury is the least you deserve. 20th habit: believing financial miracles. Fall from the sky, without effort. Praying is wonderful, darling, but treating your bank account like a miracle waiting to happen? God does his part, but he's not your accountant and won't file your taxes for you. Faith without action is like a closet full of clothes that no longer fit, useless and frustrating. You can pray for prosperity, but until you open a finance book or learn to invest, you'll remain stuck in the God will provide loop while the electric bill keeps showing up. According to Pew Research Center, 75% of Americans believe faith influences life decisions. And it does, but it needs to be paired with action. Stop waiting for the universe to organize your finances and start acting. Learn about investments, create a financial plan, and if necessary, seek help from a professional. Faith without effort is just empty words. And let's be frank, the real miracle isn't just paying your bills at the end of the month, it's buying them in dollars while vacationing in Paris. Now you've seen how certain habits are true thieves of your millionaire future. Today, we eliminated 20 of these financial parasites that insist on stealing your shine, from treating overdraft as an inheritance to lending money to your defaulting cousin. But now comes the real question. How will you turn all this newly freed financial space into skills that actually build wealth? Knowing what not to do is great, but what are you going to do to build the empire you deserve? Breaking these habits is the beginning, but mastering the skills that make you indispensable in the money game is the next step. How will you negotiate, invest, or even sell your vision to the world if you don't know how? That's the difference between staying stagnant or becoming the woman who can turn coffee into millionaire networking opportunities. Watch the video 7 Skills That Can Make You a Rich Woman and find out what's missing from your arsenal of power. Want to live like a queen? Then play like a strategist. And don't forget, if you want to be rich, truly rich like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment below, Millionaire of 2025, yes or absolutely. In the pinned comment, I've left links to products every wealthy woman needs because, darling, even the process of getting rich should be done in style. Let's turn eliminated habits into multiplied opportunities.